Giants, Cowboys, give me your prediction.
All right. My first disclaimer before I make my prediction is I don't think we're going to have Deron Bland, who is by far our best corner right now, because Trevon Diggs is trying to come back off an ACL. And so I'm going to have to play two of these three guys, and I've never heard of them before, Reddy Stewart, Trequez Bridges, and Zion Childress. So some of those guys are going to have to come off the practice squad, or a couple of them dressed last week. They're going to have to play. So it scares me. I'll be honest. It scares me a little bit because we got two really good corners who are still on IR in Kalen Carson. I don't know if you remember from last year from Wake, and I liked him. I liked what I saw, and he would be playing tonight. And that Siobhan Ravel, they took him in the third round, but he tore his knee all to hell last year at East Carolina. But I think he was going to be a first-round pick, and they stole him in the third, and he's still not healthy.
Right.
Okay, so we're in some trouble there after we held those two vaunted Philly receivers to 1 catch and 3 catches. That was pretty good. Somebody did something right. We must have had some pass rush in that game because we shut out Philly in the second half except for a 58-yard field goal. So I still like my team a lot. But I'm going to remind you, against the New York Giants, we are dominant. We are generational against the New York Giants because Dak's won his last 13 games against the Giants. That's crazy. Yeah. You don't in a division like this, you don't win 13 straight games against anybody.
Didn't he lose his first 2 and then go 13
he
straight,
lost
right?
his first 2. Okay. So we've won 15 of our last 16 against New York, and I still think it's going to hold this time.
Yeah.
So I think we muddled through this game. I think it's going to be low scoring because, listen, we've been talking about the Packers front. These guys are serious business rushing the passer. And when I'm looking at draft picks, I'm looking at, obviously, Abdul Carter was the 3rd overall pick. And then I go back to Brian Burns was the 16th overall pick, and Dexter Lawrence, who might be the best defensive tackle in football, was the 17th overall pick. And that Thibodeau, who hadn't done as much as I thought, he was the 5th overall pick. So they got firepower across the front. So I think they'll hold it down. I'm going to go 24-20 Dallas, and we get back on a winning streak.
I like it, Skip. But
yes, sir.
I say that D-line, they got a lot of firepower, but they didn't do shit last week versus the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? He had an easy 3 touchdowns, great drives.
Yep.
They really didn't show up last week, so I don't know what it is. Sometimes your coordinator got to be there as well, you know what I'm saying, to bring it out of everybody. You know sometimes it look good on paper, but it don't look as good on game day. So I think the Cowboys come out and have a great offensive day. I think they're feeling pretty confident about their O-line. It was question marks about their O-line going into week 1.
Yep.
I think you came out that week with one of your O-linemen getting fined for slapping the shit out of a guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that we don't mind them kind of fines.
That is true.
That show that, that dog that I feel like they feeling. I seen a video on IG talking about the right guard. He had a great day. Tyler, man, they looking good right now.
They looking good.
I think the team is feeling real good about the O-line. CeeDee gonna come out with a chip on his shoulder, and I feel like week by week they're gonna find ways to feature Pickens. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Pickens at home, he has his debut. CeeDee has a chip on his shoulder. They feeling good about the O-line. The O-line gonna come out feeling good.
Yeah.
Tote the rock a little bit better. I like the Cowboys to win big, just because they always dominate the Giants. You know what I'm saying? I think on my score I put 31-17. I like it to be a lights out performance by the offense. Russell and that offense do a little bit better. They actually get on the board this week, score a couple touchdowns, because that's Russell. I respect him. Feel like that offense. And then we down Bland, no Bland. They scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal, but the Cowboys offense is fucking lights out at home, 31-17.
Now you're talking.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Skip.
Yeah, I'm going with Cowboys too.
You are?
I never,
I can't.
No, you said they only gonna win 1 game.
This is the one! This is the one!
You said they could beat the Bears.
No.
Hey, Rob, listen, they gonna win 2. They gonna beat the Bears.
No, I got to change because I didn't realize the Giants was the Giants.
Okay.
Right? It's like, it's the Giants.
Okay.
But I had to beat the Giants and then realize, shit, it's the Giants.
It changed sometimes.
So what ends up happening is, if I take the first half before lightning struck, offensively, they was looking nice, right? CeeDee was doing CeeDee shit, right? So I think that CeeDee is gonna bounce back. I think he's gonna have a phenomenal game.
Me too.
I really have a blowout. Like, I love blowouts, right? You know, I be trying to figure out who can score 100.
They don't score. They don't happen that much in football.
So when you're talking about, if you look at what the Giants did, you know, the offensive line is still the same offensive line of before. This could get ugly. I'm going 35-10.
Wow.
I think they score. I think they get down there, score one.
As Gil would say,
one touchdown.
yes.
Yeah, one touchdown. Most likely it'll
That's
probably
a
be like a pick
boot
six or something. Pick six or one of those struggle heaves, and then the receiver, you know, do what he do and get one.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna look pretty on that offensive end.
That's a big jump from them losing last week to the
Yeah.
Giants. You thought they were going to lose a week ago, and now they're winning 35-10.
I had to see what the Giants look like. Because I had to look. I had to see what the Giants look like, and I realized.
You're watching film.
Oh no.
No, you had to see what the Cowboys look like against the Eagles.
No. Listen, the first half before lightning strike, they couldn't stop each other.
So how many games they win this year? Now that you have seen a little bit of glimpse of the content, how many games they win this year?
Redeem yourself.
I got them 4.
Okay.
I got a good 4, man.
There we go.
I had a good 4,
Four
man.
dubs for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys, too. They look good against the Eagles. They did. I mean, besides those 4 drops by CeeDee Lamb, that fumbles by Miles Sanders. I know we're talking about the drops, but that fumble was a game changer.
Yeah, it was.
It broke their back, and that was tough. You know, the Lightning, all of that happened. Their defense played well, too, in the second half. 6 yards by the Eagles, and they only had 3 points. That was good. I think that's going to be the same thing this week. I think they're going to play well
So
against
lightning's
the
gonna
Giants.
happen again?
Huh?
Lightning's gonna happen again?
No.
Jerry gonna close
I think
that roof.
defense. I think Jerry's
Close
gonna
that
open
roof on their ass.
Jerry World. No, I think they're gonna stop the Giants. I'm really worried about this Giants offense. I know you like Russ. I like Russ. He just looked uncomfortable last week. They couldn't get anything going. I mean, they were inside the 5-yard line multiple times. They couldn't score. The play calling was bad. And I don't care if it's Russell Wilson. I don't care if it's Jackson Dart, if it's Jameis Winston. I don't care if you bring back Eli Manning. That offensive line looks bad right now.
Yeah,
and they are struggling. And you know, they can't protect Russ in the pass game. They can't get anything going in the run game. They had 74 yards rushing, but 44 of that was Russell running for his life and picking up some yards with his legs. So I'm worried about that. And I know Giants fans want to play Jackson Dart, and I want to see the rookie too, but please just don't do it yet. Let him develop. Don't throw him in there when the team's not ready. We're not investing in right now. I know Joe Shane and Brian Daboll are on the hot seat, and you know, Daboll's worried about his job going forward, but if you rush this rookie, you could significantly hurt his future and his development. So I hope they don't do that. I think the Cowboys come out tonight. And last week they did play all right against the Commanders, the Giants defense. They had 3 first-half sacks, but after that, they struggled a little bit, gave up over 230 yards rushing. So I think CeeDee bounces back. I think they start getting George Pickens some more targets, and I think they get the run game going a little bit with Javonte Williams. So, yeah, I like the Cowboys blowing them out. I got 27-13 on this one.
A couple of you guys with a blowout.
All I can say is
Only Skip gonna think it's close.
I do think it's going to be close. And I thought the Eagles game would be close, and none of you guys did. You thought the Eagles would blow them out, right? Okay, so I was right about who covered. The Cowboys covered, right? Okay. So all I care is that Jackson Dart doesn't get thrown in after halftime and get hot the way J.J. McCarthy suddenly got hot.
You ain't got to worry about that.
You ain't got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about that with that offensive line. They're gonna get his neck.
Don't throw him in at all, please.
You ain't got to worry about that.
When you have a team that has solid pieces up front, you've got some playmakers on the outside. I like Malik Neighbors. He's a legit player. He's a good football player. But if you throw in Jackson Dart with that offensive line right now, especially in a media market like New York, where the criticism and the scrutiny, they'll turn on you like that, and those voices get loud. And if he goes in there and he looks bad for 1 or 2 games, it is so tough to overcome that if you lose confidence early on. And then the worst thing is if you play bad, they take you right back out, and then they put Russ back in, or then they try Winston, and now you're on the bench with 2 bad games like, damn, what have I got myself into? So I hope they don't play Dart. Maybe at the end of the year, if things are going decent and they want to see what they have, but I really hope they let him develop, treat him like Jordan Love. I know they don't have a Rodgers in front of him, but treat him like Jordan Love, like Mahomes, give him a year or 2 to develop, and then let them take over after Russell Wilson's done.
Did you watch him in the preseason? Because he just lit it up.
He looks great.
That's
the thing in the preseason.
We don't do shit in the preseason.
You're seeing
Zone's a man.
We play standard cover 2, man cover 3.
Okay, I got it.
We don't do
but
shit.
It's like we're talking about Arch Madness. You just look and say, okay, I see that. With Jackson Dart, I looked and I said, I see that.
I agree.
He is fine. It's the protection.
It's not him that I'm talking about.
Protection that he needs.
Like,
No,
let him
I
sit,
got it.
develop guys around him. You've got a great defense right now. You've got some pieces on that side of the ball. Build that offensive
Good.
line, and then let Dart take over when you have the guys around him. Boom, and you take off.
Right.
Now, I know Joe Shane and Dayball might not be there, so that's their worry.
That is it.
But
Oh,
if
they
they
fine.
rush
They
him, then you might be screwing over Jackson Dart and his future.
All right, quick thought about CeeDee Lamb. There are receivers in the league, if they drop 4 passes in a big solo stage Thursday night kind of game, they just go in the tank.
Yeah.
And it would take them several weeks to get out of their funk or slump. This guy is going to play with a vengeance this Sunday.
yeah.
That's what he is made
Agreed.
of.
I agree.
And he knows CD has to stand for can't drop this time because you got to, right off the bat, the first, if whoever wins the toss, but if Dallas has the ball first, the first play, I'm throwing to CD in the flat. Just throw him a ball so he can catch it and run with it because he can really run with it and get him back in rhythm because I think he's going to have a destroy the Giants kind of game.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
While
Looks like
we're
a bounce back player.
yeah, while we're on predictions, though, I do want to go into.